WFDSS NextGen group to collect some feedback. We can't really let everyone in the system at this point due to our logins need to go through INAP, and that process is just not finished yet to get everybody in there themselves. So sorry about that. I'm going to be the one that's going to have to show you how the application is looking and try and collect some feedback on a form that was attached to the invite. So there's a WFDSS form, and I love when I get phone calls right when I start. So let me just quickly show you the form. And you all should have a link, like I said, in your invite to this form. Today, our focus is the My Home perspective. So all the questions are related to My Home. So that'll help that with you guys. The only other thing, if I could ask everybody to, you can unmute yourself and ask questions, but if you could turn your cameras off, that would be great. So it's not distracting from the demo for other folks. So let's see, I think I have something in the chat, but we'll check. Yes, Peter, it's not up on the website yet. Next presentation, I'm going to try and have the feedback form link up there before the recording. Sorry about that, but I hope you find it in the, okay, good, you got it, awesome. All right, so with that, folks know about the FAMIT portal page where we're going to be posting all the recordings and the feedback forms. So if you miss sessions, that's fine. You can always go back and rewatch them or watch them the first time and fill out the form. The forms we're going to keep open for about 3 weeks or so to collect the information so we can get the developers working on stuff. A lot of these sessions are focusing on things that they need input on now and not, 6 months from now. So anyway. Okay. So yeah, if you guys could just mute your cameras there, that would be awesome. With that, we'll move into WFDSS NextGen. So like I said, I can't have everyone log in. It's not even worth showing you because it's not the same process you're going to have to go through once it's all finished. So we're going to discuss the My Home perspective today and get some feedback on how you guys would like that to look. So the first thing, there's like 3 sections currently in four in My Home. There's My Activity, My Active Incidents, and My Incident Watch List. There's also a section up on top with links to significant weather and fire behavior information. So with that, we'll dive right in. The first question on the form does ask you what you think of your initial impression of looking at the My Home perspective. And it does ask you to give us a little bit of feedback on that. We also ask, we'll dive into these sections and get some more feedback on the information we're providing. So in the My Activity section, it would list the activity like currently, I do believe in the current generation, it tells you like your decision, if you are a fire behavior analyst and you have runs that have completed, or if you set something to download, how currently WFDSS has to do that asynchronously, a word we all learned with WFDSS first go around. So they would pop up in My Activities. So that would be under the task name. Then it'll list the name of the activities.
I'm just pulling it up right now. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It has the entire state of New Mexico with all the Forest Service ones.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're color coded to which dispatch you'd be talking to.
Marlena, we don't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, sorry, Marlena, I just muted everybody and I got you as well.
It's all good. Testing my paying attention skills here. So, all right. So I'm not sure where I ended off, but my activity section lists the tasks, the name of the task, like if an fire behavior run has a name, the status, complete, in process, ready, the date, and I'm not sure what that last column is. But in the questions, we asked for a little bit of feedback. If you think that's enough information to go with an activity, that you could look at it quickly and then maybe navigate to the results or the decision or whatever. So with that,
So name would be the name of the incident, yeah, not the name of the user. Is that right?
correct. It would be like an incident name or maybe a fire behavior modeling run name, that kind of stuff. Okay. Any more questions on that My Activity section? If not, we'll move on down to My Active Incidents. And I'm not going to go through every question for you guys. I don't need to read them to you. So if you guys prefer that, though, please let me know in the feedback and I'll do that in the future. But I hadn't planned on it. So the My Activity section, or I mean, the My Active Incident section, this one actually has some information in it. It's got the fire name, the unique fire ID. Then it's listing certain sections of the incident decision process, and it would give you the date that they were published last. So for this Harding fire, if we had this all up and running, you'd see the relative risk published on XYZ date, the strategic decision, the organizational assessment results, the periodic assessment. It'll tell you whether it's due or not and when it's due, when the MOR was last published, and who the lead collaborator is. So that's the information currently gets selected to be provided for active incidents. So in the questions, it asks if you would add anything else to those columns, delete anything, or if there's anything else you'd rather see in there. Okay, with that, we'll move on to the incident watch list. So,
Hey, Marlena, before you do, there's a few questions in the chat that you might want to answer.
thank you very much.
Sure.
Those tasks, I don't know. I'm gonna put that down on the list. And since it's in development, that may be a good thing to do. Okay, and then let's see what else. Are there active links in the My Activity section that you talked about? I do believe the links there's going to be links to help you navigate to those activities, whether they're in your activity list, active incidents, or the watch list. The whole purpose of My Home should be to help you navigate the system with it for what you need. And that's a very good question. And I didn't notice what MOR is until today. So I did not get a chance to ask Sam what that has to deal with. I'm not sure. Allison, do you know what that is?
I don't, sorry.
Go ahead, whoever piped up there.
Marlena, this is Wes. That's a kind of a placeholder for where we're going to incorporate management action points, incident objectives, incident requirements, the stuff specific to that incident.
Management objectives. Yeah, right there. More objectives and requirements. Thank you, Wes.
That's it.
I wasn't thinking that. I'm within a decision mode right now, so sorry.
Yeah, and that name will likely change in the future. It's just a placeholder for everybody now.
Make a note of that. And let's see. All right, so I think we're good on those questions. Anything else before I go on to the watch list and how you can use that?
Marlena, there's a question from Justin. Is lead collaborator a new user role?
No, I am gonna cover user roles in the next session. That's just what we're the name they're using for the lead on the decision at this point. The lead who, I'll help get other people into the incident to help contribute and that kind of stuff. So not a new user role.
Okay,
Yeah.
and there's another question from Rick Stratton. So can you choose the columns you want to see in the active incidents and watch list?
Not at this point, but I will give them a note that perhaps choosing the columns would be a good choice.
Okay, and follow up, I'd like to know if recent runs are available.
Well, no, not right now in the.
That would be an example, like the column could say our recent runs available. Yeah.
Oh, that would be the column. Okay.
Yeah, like FS Pro, there's a new one. There's a new near term, etc. Yeah.
Thank you, Rick.
And I think the last one here from Peter, direct links to decisions, question mark. Published PDFs, I mean. That does make sense. Maybe Peter can ask that question out loud.
It makes sense, but
Yeah.
I totally agree. Wouldn't that help navigate? You wouldn't have to go sort through the incident to find it. So yeah, I'll mark that down and make sure they get the feedback. And also on that form, you have an opportunity to note some of these good suggestions that are coming in.
Great, and I think that's it from the chat for now. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. I have a couple too many windows open. Trying to make sure we cover the questions too. All right. So yeah, so but getting back to the incident watch list, I think I was just starting on that. All those, like Rick mentioned, incident you want to see the latest fire behavior runs for, and maybe you're not a collaborator, so it's not going to show up in your active incidents. You want to maybe make a watch list. Maybe you're working with a MAP group and you're watching 8 or 9 fires for the MAP group. You might want to add those fires to your incident watch list. Perhaps you're on your unit and you have several fires going and you want to make your own little watch list because you may not be a collaborator. So that's kind of a handy section. I'll definitely note some of the feedback on the column headings and maybe being able to arrange them yourself. So right now for incident watch list has much of the same stuff as the active incidents does. So with that, I think we covered all of that section.
We've got a question, Marlena. Is incident watch list a different concept than the planning area notification?
Yes. Planning area notification, I do believe it was more, that's from old WFDSS, and that was more generated on the system sampling. The incident watch list would be more for a specific the specific user to track and watch some incidents. So it is like,
What would you be watching? Like every change that's made, or I'm a little unclear what that means if it's not the old function of the planning area change.
right. Well, the incident watch list would be something you would build of incidents that you're interested in. So just because I'm sitting in the Southwest, right? So maybe you got a fire up on the Santa Fe and you're at the Valle Caldera and you're keeping an eye on 3 fires that the Santa Fe has right near you because you're concerned it might burn on the Caldera. So you could build your own watch list of incidents. Another example is like a MAP group. In the Southwest, we watched incidents incidents in both Arizona and New Mexico this year. And at any one point, there was probably 10 or 12 incidents that we were watching. Whether it was for fire behavior runs, see where the decision was at, a variety of reasons. So I, as doing the intel part, could have made my own watch list to help keep an eye on those fires for the MAC group. Then if you're a GA editor, you might have your own little list you might want to stick in there to watch it. So,
Yep, got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
all right. So, those are the current sections that they have. When you click on see more, I didn't show you that yet. It'll just clear everything else out and make that your main view for now. There's really nothing to see more in my watched incidents because I don't have any in there. The significant weather and fire behavior information, some quick links to get folks to different areas where we see people gather intel during fire season. We got currently the predictive service portal, the WFDSS, the Wildland Fire Assessment System, the National Fire Weather page, and just sitting here thinking, we could have a link to the RMA dashboard, right? A whole bunch of things. I'm looking at my top row of my browser, everything that you typically are watching for fires. So that's currently what they have in there. So they're looking for feedback on any other links you would maybe like quick access to when you're in this My Home sort of dashboard perspective. So if you guys can fill out the form and provide some input on that, that would be great. So yeah, I agree. After looking at that, and I was like, oh, that's the big one missing. Probably do need the RMA dashboard link in there. So if there's any other ones that I'm not thinking about at this time, I have a whole list of other bookmarks that I'm always shopping through. I'm sure that if I sit down for 5 minutes and think about it, I could probably add a few more. But they didn't ask me. They want it from you guys. So if you could fill that out, that'd be great. Let's see.
Marlena, there's a couple questions. There's one from John Kern. What info would be showing up under the My Incident Watch list? Every new run? Question.
I'm not sure at this point if it's just going to be the main summary for the active incidents, or if you're going to see, just this like summary that we currently have on Harding, or if there's going to be, it's going to be more involved. I'm not sure at this point.
Okay, and then there's another one. Is there a way to have a to-do list? I'm thinking decisions to review or approve that are waiting on you specifically.
Very good suggestion. To-do list, task items that are specific to you that you complete.
Okay, and it looks like the other few are just a suggestion that we can circle back to. Yeah, okay, so we'll make sure we check those later, Marlena, for some suggestions folks have.
Yep, I can comb through those. Oh yeah, lots of good suggestions there from Brad too. Thanks. So with that, I think we've covered all the questions. I've showed you all those. Does anyone need to go back and look at anything else? Okay. So the last couple of questions on the form asked for just some feedback on the focus group. This is our second session. We do realize that we have a broad audience from numerous different agencies and .gov entities. So and some not. So it's hard to find a good platform that meets everyone's needs for being able to communicate and chat, or see links or get links or things we would drop in the chat. So any feedback on all that would be appreciated. And we're trying to make this a little quick and fast to target certain topics in the application. So the next session is user roles. I just got the information for that this week. We had talked about switching them around, but I didn't get that far. So the next session will cover the user roles. And a little preview on that. They're really slimmed down from what you saw in the previous version of WFDSS, or what you are currently using. They're hierarchical. It's kind of a slick idea, and that's what they have to show you guys, and I'll get that presentation ready for next week. So with that, I don't have anything else, and I'll let everybody go. If you have any questions, I'm Marlena Hovorka. I am in FireNet and the USDA email accounts. So it's up here on my email that's open. Last name's H-O-V as in Victor, O-R-K-A. So if you catch me on FireNet, it's Marlena_Hovorka@firenet.gov. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for attending. And I look forward to seeing some feedback response. Have a good day.